Leading us off this morning, classes are canceled today on the Florida State campus following Thursday's shooting. Right now, all campus activities are canceled through Sunday.
Yeah, while many of you were sleeping, a makeshift memorial and a vigil here grew overnight as 2 people were killed and 6 others, including the shooter, are injured. Law enforcement confirming the 2 people killed were not students at the school. The hospital adding all of those injured are in fair condition.
This morning, multiple law enforcement agencies, they're trying to comb through several crime scenes and talking to hundreds of witnesses, trying to find answers about why this happened, what the motive was. 10 Tampa Bay's Nick Volturo is live in Tallahassee for us this morning. And Nick, we know students gathered there yesterday, the community leaning on one another, and we can see that vigil behind you there.
Yeah, Caitlin, Jameson, good morning. You do see the vigil behind me. You can see the balloons and, of course, the candle lights that have been set up that are still flickering in the background. In these morning hours, the campus seems peaceful, almost eerily quiet, but the scars of yesterday's violence, that runs deep. And the sidewalks of this campus, normally filled with students rushing to early classes, stand empty this morning. Yellow police tape still flutters in the breeze outside the student union, where police say 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner opened fire shortly before noon yesterday. 2 people who weren't students lost their lives here. 6 others were injured. Investigators say Eichner, an FSU student himself, used 2 weapons, a shotgun and a handgun that belonged to his stepmother. That connection to law enforcement adding another layer to this tragedy. Now, Eichner's stepmother, a deputy with 18 years of service. The campus alert system quickly warned students to seek shelter, many barricading themselves in classrooms, fearing for their lives.
And I saw the gunman get out of his car, and he emerged with a shotgun. And there was another boy wearing a white polo shirt who I saw him take aim at him, and apparently, as I heard from him later, he pulled the trigger, heard a click, and the gun didn't go off. And he rushed back to his car and then emerged with a handgun. And at this point, the guy who I saw earlier, he had already taken off.
And as the sun rises on this campus, the reality of what happened here yesterday comes into sharper focus. Now, like we mentioned, those classes, they have been canceled, and all athletic events through the weekend have also been suspended. And the one thing that really remains is those wounds, both visible and invisible. They will take weeks, months, possibly even years to heal.
Yeah, it's going to be a day that these students never forget, and it's just instills so much fear, so many ties to the school here in the Tampa Bay area as well, with alumni, parents, grandparents, but of course, Nick, the campus is a home away from home for these students who were just gathering outside their student union yesterday. So it's going to be tough for them to process. What kind of resources is the school providing for them?
Yeah, and Caitlin, you know, speaking to people, you know, of course, went to college, you know how tight-knit a community here is. Of course, everyone's going through the same thing. Everybody has those same living arrangements, living off campus, living away from home at the same time. And students, you know, a lot of them were rattled. And we see the memorial behind me. They lit candles, they put up balloons. A lot of them even sat in silence, some even saying prayers. And that's why the school has mobilized units. They have grief counselors that are going to be on hand here to give those students the help so they have someone to talk to. But like we mentioned before, those wounds, both invisible and visible, that whole entire process, that healing process, that is going to take some time to set in. For right now, reporting live in Tallahassee, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay.
Nick there on